This is not a real emergency, but when they are faced with the real thing, these young healthcare professionals will know what to do. They are developing and practicing their skills in a crisis setting, using a simulated newborn baby, a lifelike baby mannequin called Sim Newbie.
So Sim New Baby seems to feel real. She cries, she moves, she turns blue, she can seize. The higher the fidelity, the more real the scenario, the more the participants get active, get involved, the more education occurs.
Several years ago, working with the Arizona Simulation and Training Education Center at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Dr. Cahan developed a curriculum to help train pediatric residents with skills they will need in a hospital emergency setting, such as in the neonatal intensive care unit, or NICU.
Every week, pediatric residents join me from the simulation lab, where we run through high fidelity simulation scenarios and break it down into smaller procedural areas. We do specific skills labs on a task trainer so they get the feel of what this would really be like in the NICU, so that by the time they come up into the NICU, they actually have gone through the practice on a model before practicing on a real child. We've had cases where our folks who are doing resuscitation then go in the next day and say, oh, I had that exact same thing happen to me last night on call, and I knew exactly where to go with it.
The original baby mannequin was more of a toddler than a newborn. When she evolved to the smaller, even more lifelike Sim Newbie, the time was right to take the baby on the road and set up emergency or code scenarios in areas outside of Tucson.
Since she's actually very portable, the idea was that it would be great to take this out to the community. To train not just residents in the hospital, but clinicians in the field who run into these real life scenarios, but maybe don't have the consistent training and refreshing that one might like.
I did my residency at UMC, and I finished over a year ago. We have about 1,000 babies a year down here in Nogales, but we don't have that many that require intubations, lines, things like that. And so I really see this as kind of a way to keep your skills up.
For others, it's a way to develop new skills.
So you get some of the same physicians, respiratory therapists, and nurses. It's always fun to come back and see familiar faces and see sort of how they evolve, both in their way of dealing with the simulation scenario, but also their overall NRP skills.
I feel more confident, more prepared now that I know what to do in this type of scenarios. It makes more sense.
I've never experienced a code in the neonatal nursery at all, and this was excellent experience for me because other than starting an IV on a baby or maybe just a little bit of suction or blow by, this is actually the first time that I've experienced a code. I think I feel more confident, more comfortable with the scenario and what I can do to help.
Added to the hands-on skills are the interpersonal skills that are essential in a crisis.
You know, resuscitation can't be done in a vacuum. It takes at least 3 people to run an effective code. And one of the things that I like to focus on is actually getting the team approach. So it's not just a physician in solo, but it's a respiratory therapist, a nurse, an entire team of people to take care of this newborn. You can actually practice that on the Sim Newbie because it takes 3 of you to get around there, somebody to be managing the airway, somebody to be drawing up meds, somebody doing lines, and you get that team dynamic.
As we continued working together, we became a team. And we were listening to each other and seeing what everybody was doing and being able to get that baby going again.
You can improve communication amongst those members now working together in a code scenario, again, without endangering the life of a real baby.